Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? So once they announced the Dokkan Awaken for the Scouter Vegeta unit, one of the interesting things to think about is how beneficial that would be for the free-to-play Prime Battle LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, because a lot of times this Vegeta unit tends to struggle a little bit getting that 18 key super attack, but with the Scouter Vegeta as a combination in the rotation, this guy is going to be getting those 18 key supers left and right. So as a review, let's go ahead and talk about both units, and we'll actually go from there. But again, the unit in the limelight is going to be the free-to-play LR Super Saiyan Vegeta. Pretty good unit overall as a free-to-play option. Colossal damage for the 12 key, and greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to enemy as the 18 key. And then for the passive skill, unfortunately it is a free-to-play LR, so you got that flat attack increase of 15,000 and defense increase of 20,000. But you also get an additional attack increase of 15,000 and launches 2 additional attacks for 4 turns after receiving an attack. So does have the ability for multiple attacks, and then with the potential system can get that pretty much that 4th attack, potentially a super attack. Now in terms of links, Golden Warrior is what is that, +1 key. Let's just actually talk about the links that these two units share. So the link skills that both the units have are Prodigies, that's 10% to attack. Also has Royal Lineage is +1 key, and then Shattering the Limit is also +2 key. So you're looking at a decent amount of key links between the two units, as well as a 10% to attack. Now if we go over onto the Scouter Vegeta unit, of course you guys know by now this unit had a pretty massive improvement from the original state. And previously it was pretty much a monotype support, but along with that, it's currently Intelligence type key +3. Extreme Intelligence types get attack and defense increase of 50% in addition, and then also randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to Intelligence key spheres. So that is where the benefit of having this guy on the same rotation with the Prime Battle Super Saiyan Vegeta is going to come into play. On top of that, this unit also does have a nuking passive where attack and defense increases by 20% per key sphere obtained. So you can honestly break it out, and I'm sure you'll see it on the video here, but you can kind of even out basically the units obtaining the orbs between the two. There's going to be enough to where even the Scouter Vegeta unit gets enough key to get a pretty decent boost to both attack and defense, along with LR Vegeta being able to get that 18 key super. And of course the other thing to note is, based on the passive skill, the LR Vegeta unit wants to get hit first in order to get that passive skill where you get 2 additional attacks in. You want to make sure you do that, but it's kind of a nice buffer because you don't really have to worry about it too much, because the Scouter Vegeta is providing not only a key boost but also an attack and defense increase of 50% based on the passive skill for extreme types or extreme intelligent types. So definitely makes the defensive abilities much better for the LR Vegeta unit, and definitely able to tank attacks a little bit more. So I think overall these two units pretty much are meant to be with each other on certain teams. Of course, you can't run this unit on the Pure Saiyans, unfortunately, because again the LR Super Saiyan Vegeta shares the same name as the transforming Vegeta unit, so of course your options are a little bit limited in terms of that, but you can certainly run this guy on the Vegeta's family category because both units do fall into that. So with that being said, and you're seeing this visually, but it's definitely very beneficial to have both units on the same rotation. And you can see right there, you've got the Scouter Vegeta, LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, and also Super Vegeta. So it's kind of an interesting rotation overall. And yeah, I mean, they're quite good together. I think, I'm honestly surprised that they actually made Scouter Vegeta this good. He is actually quite good. I mean, he's not just a mono type support unit anymore. I mean, he can actually produce some heavy hitting numbers. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I mean, I don't know what else is there to be said, but the only unfortunate thing about this unit is the unit's not available in the general pool. I wish that was the case, along with being on the type banners, but I guess because it's so limited in terms of how you can acquire this unit, maybe that's why they made the mono type support upgrades that good. I don't know, but we'll see what the deal is with that. But yeah, with that being said, Vegeta, the free-to-play LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, if you have the Scouter Vegeta unit, yeah, very good supporting type cast, and Scouter Vegeta can definitely hold his own. I'm actually interested in how the Extreme Intelligence team would be now. I mean, I would imagine like Super Battle Road settings would be a cakewalk with the Extreme Intelligence versus the Super Tech stage of Super Battle Road. I imagine like things would just be ridiculously like crazy now. It's probably going to be quite easy, honestly. And I think, honestly, you probably want to keep these guys on the same rotation, and then, you've got other units like Janemba and Metacooler and whoever, but, yeah, I mean, they could certainly be, in the same rotation, and you don't necessarily have to run this Vegeta either. I mean, you could just place the Scouter Vegeta on whatever Extreme Intelligence team you want to run, and he's going to provide a significant boost to the attack and defense, along with changing the key types to the intelligence type. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, Scouter Vegeta himself has some pretty decent links that mesh well with a lot of the extreme type units. I mean, you're looking at Nightmare, which is 10% to attack. Big Bad Bosses, of course, his attack and defense increase to 25% when HP is 80% or below. Another common one is Brutal Beatdown, which is 10% to attack. So a lot of units, especially within the extreme type, do have these sort of links. So I don't think you're necessarily going to struggle too much with every rotation this unit tends to be on. For all that matters, you could probably place him as a floater and support every rotation for the team. And if the link sets don't necessarily work out that well, the unit still provides a key +3 based on the passive for intelligent type units. So yeah, I mean, they really made this guy good, and it's certainly a very complimentary unit for this Prime Battle LR Super Saiyan Vegeta. I mean, it makes him quite good. The simple fact that it's very easy to get the 18 key super, I think, is probably one of the most beneficial things about running the Scouter Vegeta with this Prime Battle LR. Honestly, that's the biggest advantage you can have with that. And I don't know, like, you can certainly try this out on the Pure Saiyan Super Battle Road setting. Of course, you probably want to keep these guys on the same rotation and then see what happens there, because unless you have other intelligent type units, the Scouter Vegeta is not going to be providing any sort of boost outside of maybe like the Link sets. So, that's certainly something to consider. But with that being said, yeah, both this guy and the Kid Gohan unit, phenomenal units. I mean, they're no longer, I mean, honestly, it's hard to classify them as support units now because of how good they actually are in terms of both offensive and defensive capabilities. It's quite ridiculous. And with that being said, who knows what's going to happen to the other, type units like Tien and Second Form Cell and, whoever. Like, I think another one you really haven't heard too much about is, like Super Buu and I think it's Super Saiyan 2 Kappa unit. Those types, and I can't remember if Hit was one of those mono-type supports. Actually, you know what, I'm thinking of something else, but you get what I'm saying. It's going to raise a lot of questions as to what they, if they plan on doing the similar improvement in terms of their passive skills. Are they going to apply that for the rest of the type supports? If they do, I'm going to find it hard that you're probably going to want to include those units on certain settings. I mean, it's just a no-brainer at that point. So, we'll see how all that plays out, but it's certainly interesting. For this case, like I said, the first thing that came to mind is how well do these two units link up, and how beneficial is having Scouter Vegeta on the same rotation as the free-to-play Prime Battle LR Super Saiyan Vegeta. So hopefully you enjoyed the showcase for it. Kind of provided some color as to how these guys work together. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.